Hi there, this is Rob, and this is the 2-minute overnight overview for Monday. I've got some research to discuss today, but first let's look at a trade from over the weekend. Look at the odd sheet from Friday. You can quickly see that many of the index securities we track met the minimum criteria to consider a long trade. When the criteria is met, averages columns are highlighted in green. So the only index not to qualify was the Nasdaq 100. Let's take a closer look at the ES numbers, and you can see what made them so bullish. Price action showed moderately bullish odds. Internals were just a little bit better than break even, but seasonality was extremely strong. The trading room was closed on Friday, but on Thursday I showed some studies that confirmed the extremely strong seasonal edge. So seasonal strong, studies confirming, and price and internals not offering opposition, it was a pretty obvious decision to take a long trade. When the trades rooms closed, I typically post notes to the trade discussion page before the bell. Here's a quick peek at Friday's note. I indicated that with seasonality strong, I'd be going long using the standard 8.5 point stop and the 10-point X target. Now let's take a look at the overnight action and see how it played out. After wiggling around for much of the night, futures began to put in a nice rally beginning around 5 a.m. After moving as high as 14.24 just briefly, they opened today's trading at 14.21.5. I was fortunate to get a favorable entry on Friday at 14.1375, so I could have put my 10-point target 10 points above there and would have been out around 8 a.m. when this little spike happened. Unfortunately, I decided to get a little too aggressive and go 10 points above the settlement price, so 14.24 just missed my target of 14.24.5. I got out just before the open at 14.21.25, making 7.5 points. That was better than the 7 points the market gapped up measured from the settlement price to the open, but not as good as the 10 points I could have had. Now let's take a look at the daily chart, and I'll share a seasonal study. Today's the first day of December. I looked back to 2000 and examined overnights following all days that closed in December. So last night's not included in the study, but closes over year-end are. First, a quick look at the numbers. As you can see, nearly 56% of the instances gapped up the next day, and our profit factor for longs was about 1.4. Let's look at the performance curve and see how it's played out over time. Between 2000 and 2002, December nights struggled, but since then they've mostly shown a nice upside edge. Thanks for listening, and rest easy.